I'm going to do this video in part English, part sign. I'm not really going to know for sure which parts are going to be which. But, that being said, I want to make sure you're aware that Cass is over there and is probably going to get involved every once in a while with the topic of this particular video. So, I can't remember if it was a Facebook post, an Instagram post, or whatever it was that made Cass and I see this. But somebody, somewhere, on some version of social media or other, posted a picture of an ultrasound showing how they figured out that their kid had Down syndrome. Well, their unborn kid had Down syndrome. And their immediate response was to get an abortion.
It was Facebook.
Okay, it was Facebook, apparently. So, I want to try to explain something that part of it Cass will agree with, part of it Cass won't agree with. But, be that as it may, I'm still entitled to my opinion. So, you may have heard me explain this particular episode before. If you haven't, you'll hear it now. If you have, I'm sorry, I'm going to repeat myself. So back whenever I lived in Indiana the second go around, I took Leslie to a gun range. I was just going to practice with my guns like I usually do. But I had gone for so long treating her as completely deaf that I forgot that in one ear or the other, I don't remember which one, in one ear, she was only severely hard of hearing. I gave her hearing protection to make the workers of the gun range not freak out. But I genuinely didn't think she needed it. We get down there, and she quickly tells me that the gunshots are loud. I was floored. And I made a video apologizing, saying that I almost made an irreparable mistake because I made an assumption. Now, I don't know the name of this person. So if the person watches this channel, which the likelihood of that is extremely slim, but if the person watches this channel, I'm going to honor your right to privacy by not saying, I'm going to try my best to avoid saying anything that could link you to the event in case anybody knows who you are. So a customer came into the store where I work today, and asked me why I have this on. I did not understand what this person was trying to get at. I thought it was just, why a silicone one, not a metal one. So I explained that working in the kitchen with the powder stuff that goes on the chicken, this one, which is my actual wedding ring, by the way, this one gets dirty, gets chicken gunk underneath it, and it's hard to wash my hands and get it off without taking my ring completely off. And then potentially, as I've had happen before, potentially forget that my ring happens to be on the counter and leave it behind. So rather than deal with that, I wear a silicone one on my wedding ring finger that hugs my finger like a glove, doesn't let virtually anything get under there, and if something does get under there, all I have to do is move the ring back and forth a little bit, it'll pop free, and then I wash my hands. I explained that, and then this person promptly informed me that that's not what this person meant. This person was asking why I was wearing a ring at all. I'm not married. Yes, I am. And I know YouTube doesn't like it when you say what your age is, but this person then got surprised when I said I was married and asked me how old I was. I explained my age, and this person tried to backtrack out of the goofy situation that this person was now in, realizing I made a slight goof up. So rather than be a decent human being and actually figure out the facts before you make an assumption, this person made an assumption and then had to backtrack out of it. Okay? This sounds a lot like my belief about procreation / reproduction, whatever you want to call it. If you are engaging in those of you who know.
I know.
If you're engaging in that and you end up with the somewhat understandable results of it, that's not your... You do not have the right as a human being to say an abortion is just a convenient way for me to do that without the somewhat inevitable result that leaves you with. If abortion in your mind is just a convenient escape from having to deal with the responsibility that comes with that, then that means that you are not a decent human being. Duh. But on top of that, the fact that you would have been fine, supposedly, you would have been fine with a kid if it had been normal. Please don't take this comment the wrong way, but somehow I kind of wish that your mother had swallowed the first time. Quit! I genuinely wish that that resulted in you had failed. Because if you are so blind to the world around you that you do not realize that the no longer adult, the young adult, the human being that was far enough along for you to figure out that it had Down syndrome, you think you have the right to decide if that human deserves to live or deserves to die, then let me try to say this in the nicest way I personally can think of to say it. If somebody happens to point one of these things at you, just stand there. If you think you have the right to decide that a human inside somebody else is not a human, doesn't deserve to be born, doesn't deserve life, then whatever ends up coming out of the end of this thing that gets pointed at you, you had coming. I hope that the person on the other end of this thingy has good aim.
And now, Cass's view.
Oh boy.
What's up?
I had no plan for this part, just for the record.
Whoever those people were, I forgot their names. But
Probably better that you forgot their names.
I'm disabled. Let's just say it. I am disabled. I have fibromyalgia. I'm regressed. And I know I'm regressed. I'm regressed. Yes, I'm stupid. I know. And I have autism. My mom doesn't believe I am disabled, but she had me. She treats me like any other human being. She treats Josie like every other human being. And she knows Josie has autism. So why in the world would these people terminate their pregnancy because their baby has has Down syndrome, when a Down syndrome person is a person?
Let me word it this way. If you're not ready
For
the possibility of having a kid who's disabled, don't have a kid!
Yeah. My aunt was disabled. She had to go to hospitals all the time. And guess what? My grandma loved her. And my mom is not disabled, and my grandma loves my mom. Two different people, two different ableness, and still the same love. So, my conclusion are these are stupid.
I'm probably going to censor that.
Also, I'm all for abortion, but come on, that's a stupid reason.
You all probably know this by now, just listening to me talk about it.
You have to have a good reason.
I believe that abortion is an understandable thing.
Yes, it's understandable.
Within reason. Like if the kid probably isn't gonna live and the mom's gonna die anyway, of course.
Go ahead.
If the kid's underage and was whatted.
Mm-hmm. Or if it's a woman, even if it's a woman.
Even a woman that wasn't consensual. And the woman or a girl, I personally believe that they need to be given access to support and counsel from someone they trust. If they work with that counsel and come to the conclusion that the best thing would be to terminate the pregnancy, then sure. But only if it is rational. These people who think that an abortion is a convenient escape from accepting responsibility of their actions, no! That is not rational. That's called... Now I'm going to have to bleep myself for a second. But I like Cass's terminology. They're just stupid mother...
Like, for instance, I have female reproductive system. I do. I'm a trans man. I have a female reproductive system.
I don't know where the ding dong this is going.
So there's some things that me and Josie does, and if I end up pregnant, then that's my fault.
Oh my goodness, I'm not sure if we're gonna be allowed to say
that. It is. It's gonna be my fault. And guess what? I'm not gonna terminate my pregnancy. I'm not going to.
Because we did something.
And
we're not going to just end it because we didn't prepare well enough for it.
We know what we did.
We didn't take the measures. Human beings.
Yes, we're gonna be decent human beings. We didn't take the preparations, and we never do.
Oh, shut up.
So we're gonna do what we have to do. Duh. Here's Josie back. Duh. Stupid motherfuckers, do not terminate your pregnancy because your child has a disability. You love your child no matter what.
Well, clearly they don't. Also, if you're the type of person who's going to do that, don't vote either. Because I don't want to see who you would vote into office. Probably. Well, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, so this is probably going to end up as a Sacrilegious Sunday video, but I'm not sure. But, if this does end up as a Sacrilegious Sunday video, just know this is in reference to abortion, and the Bible doesn't say anything about it because back then they didn't have the ability to do that. The closest they got was sacrificing their children to Molech. But the Bible does say thou shalt not kill. And if your only way around that is to redefine reality by saying that a fetus from here, this time to this time is not a human, you're not going to agree with anybody about anything because you think you redefine reality. That's just the bare facts of it. If you think you can decide what reality is, then nothing is ever going to change your mind, even if it is the Bible. Because you can just change the reality around the Bible to match what you want it to mean. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Don't actually do that in the comments because you'd be wrong. But anyway, so I'm 100% sure almost everyone's going to dislike this video. But hopefully in a weird way you still kind of enjoyed it, for lack of a better, I don't know. Anyway, I will see you in the next video, and happy trails.